Come again.
Hello and welcome to the American Massage Conference pre-conference broadcast series on Massage Therapy Radio. I'm Felicia Brown and I'll be your host for this interview and series. This is one of several broadcasts with the presenters and experts who are appearing at the American Massage Conference May 20th through 22nd, 2011. The inaugural event is being sponsored by Massage Today, Massage Envy, Massage Warehouse, and ABMP, and will be held in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. Our special guests today are Christopher Alvarado and Angie Palmier. We will be talking about their class at the American Massage Conference, Education Skills for the Massage Therapist. But before we get started, let me tell you a little about Angie and Chris. Christopher Alvarado and Angie Palmier are veteran massage therapists and massage therapy educators with extensive experience in 21st century educational methodology. They approach all of their trainings energetically, providing attendees with tools and techniques that benefit their clients and their practices today. If you want to flip the switch from ordinary to extraordinary, Christopher and Angela have the solution. Chris and Angie, welcome to the American Massage Conference pre-conference broadcast series. I'm really excited to have the opportunity to talk to you today about your class, Education Skills for the Massage Therapist.
Thanks, Felicia. I'm very excited to be here, too, and part of the American Massage Conference, and especially this pre-conference broadcast series. I think this platform is a great opportunity for therapists to get a sneak peek at the classes they've signed up for, or even for prospective attendees to get to know all of us a little bit better. So I really do appreciate this opportunity.
Yes. Thank you for inviting us. We're really excited to be part of this.
Well, it's our pleasure. We are so glad to have you both here. And, of course, as I've asked other people as I've been interviewing them through this series, before we get into their topics, I'd like to ask both of you, why exactly did you want to be a part of the American Massage Conference in Atlanta?
Well, for many reasons, really. I mean, we've always believed that in many areas of our profession that massage therapists needed more options and, wider choice of venues, events, educational options. Those things can only benefit our profession, even if it helps, to delineate different types of practitioners, if we get into more of specificity or more specializations. Of course, as people who make part of their living as continuing education providers, having additional opportunities to reach more massage therapists and share what it is we think we can offer our profession, it only helps us as well. I also think, we had the opportunity to interact with and meet with a lot of the organizers of this event, Scott, Eric, Lorna, Angie, Patrick, and, we really came to like these people and enjoyed their energy and enthusiasm for the profession. And, how they felt about what they're doing, was very infectious, made us want to be part of it.
Yeah, I particularly like that these guys approach their events by really putting the needs of the individual massage therapist first and their organization second, but they're able to do it without compromising professionalism or quality. You can really tell in the planning details and the educational choices, the cost, and particularly in their use of technology. People that register for this conference can participate as much or as little as their budget or their interest level allows, and it truly is an honor to be a part of this. It's a must-attend event.
Well, of course, I agree with both of you, and I think Scott and his whole team, Angie, Lorna, Monica, and Robin, they have done such a great job in putting together an amazing conference with wonderful educational opportunities. There's something for everybody in terms of therapists as well as students, and I'll talk more about that later on after we have a chance to talk to you about your topic, but it's going to be a great event, and it's really exciting, as I'm sure you agree, for all of us to be part of the very first one. Is there anything in particular that you two are looking forward to seeing or doing at the American Massage Conference in Atlanta?
Yeah, anytime massage therapists have an opportunity to surround themselves with fellow members of the professional community, it's a very, very valuable experience. And these event founders got this one right also. And Chris and I, he kind of alluded to this just a second ago, but we've had the pleasure of seeing them in action this past September. They create the space and they let the people drive the process, and they get it, right? Simple as that, they get it. This is a 21st century conference, and we are lucky enough to be able to experience it both from in front of a class and then also amongst our peers and colleagues.
To ripple on what Angie's saying there, for us, the most exciting part of any conference or convention is the people. We love to have the opportunities to meet and talk with and people, other professionals, create friendships and even partnerships with new people that we meet at conferences who are in the profession, even sometimes outside of the profession. Those connections to me are the best and most valuable part of any type of these events. That's not to say that we don't enjoy the education or the banquets and other things, but we always look at those as opportunities to form relationships as well. So I really must say, it's the people that tend to be the high point for us.
Most definitely. I couldn't agree with you more, and I'm excited to have the chance to meet the two of you for the first time down in Atlanta, though we met on the phone and online. It'll be great to put an actual real-life person with the name and the voice, so I'm looking forward to that. Well, let's just jump in to your topic, education skills for the massage therapist. This seems like a rather unique topic for a workshop. I'm curious, what made you two think that this would be an important topic for massage therapists to discuss and learn about?
Well, first off, we really do like to use topics that others are not teaching within our profession. We want to try to fill gaps in what massage therapists are being taught, and and make sure that there's educational options out there for massage therapists. After you've been in the profession a while, you do have the experience of going to different conferences and conventions and things, and tend to see the same types of presentations being put on at different events. We like to mix it up a little bit and do something different, and perhaps do something that's a little bit more challenging and a little bit more stimulating for people that they haven't seen before. For this particular topic, when I was in massage school and received my initial training, it was recognized within the school that educating your client was a really important part of what you do. But there really wasn't time taken within the curriculum to address, how and what that was about. So there seemed to be an important educational gap there. Angie and I teach at and work with a lot of massage schools across the country, and really in the curriculums there isn't a whole lot of time spent on educational methodology, which is kind of, too bad, because it really is such an important part of what we do. Angie and I both have extensive backgrounds in massage therapy education and in training massage therapy educators, so it seems like a natural fit for us to talk to massage therapists about how to use those education skills that teachers know about within their practice space.
And I believe that all massage therapists, I have to say, educate their clients each time there's an interaction, even if it's simply just by touch. But we feel that a direct and intentional approach to client education is crucial for three really big reasons. First, it helps to create a health partnership between the massage therapist and the client, and it allows that client to take an active role in their health care by being fully informed, as opposed to their health care controlling them. And the next reason is, anytime the client's friend or family or physician notices that their condition or their overall wellness improves, the client will be able to tell them why massage therapy is an important part of that success, rather than just saying, my massage feels so good, or I feel great after I get a massage. People can't make the connection between the two, and we really believe clients need to view us as an important part of the healthcare team. We need to fill those gaps that get left by traditional healthcare interventions. We are very strong advocates for the integration of massage into the traditional healthcare system. I believe they desperately need us. And then finally, and this one may be a little surprising because we don't think about education as a marketing tool, but, client education is one of the most inexpensive yet effective marketing tools out there. And by educating your client, you're literally creating walking billboards for your practice. And, anytime you can have a client, talk about and people can see the results of your work, it's gold.
Well, as a marketing coach, I'm going to tell you that I applaud you for that last statement in particular. But I tell my students and clients all the time that marketing is everything that touches your client, and making a massage more effective is marketing. It's going to help you get more business. It's going to help you satisfy that client and have them want to come back or refer their friends. Marketing is that client going out and telling their healthcare practitioner that the stretching that their massage therapist showed them really helped their their problem or whatever it is that the therapist does to educate their client. And then there is just the going out and educating people on how massage therapy and bodywork can help them. So I'm 100% with you on that. And I'm excited to hear that that's what your class is about.
Yeah, we definitely have a strong component of that. Massage therapists really have this tendency, and I'm speaking to the choir here, of course, but really have a tendency to be leery of or uncomfortable with promoting themselves. We really try to tell them, you're promoting your outcomes. And if you can stand behind those and you can get your people your clients to spread that word, there's nothing better than that.
Well, it seems to me that leads into the next question I was going to ask, in that, what challenges do you think massage therapists will be able to address if they have more understanding of education skills?
Well, I think one challenge that massage therapists face in most areas of this country in particular is being taken seriously as healthcare providers. In my opinion, I think that we, the therapists, are really at fault here because we're not doing more education. And we spend hundreds and sometimes thousands of hours learning about the anatomy and physiology and pathology, why some applications of massage work better than others, but we have a tendency to keep that to ourselves. By sharing and actively listening to the clients and truly owning our expertise, this challenge or obstacle can easily be overcome, but it takes more than just a few of us. All massage therapists have a vested interest in having educated clients, and just the same, the clients have a vested interest in understanding what we're doing and why we're doing it and how it affects them. It is the classic win-win.
Another challenge, I think, is one that revolves around the issue of client receptivity. In the class, we address how to create a scenario in which your client will be ready and most able to, not just hear what you're saying, but to integrate it as well. And those are two really distinct things. We've all had the experience where, we've said something to a client, we've taught them something, we showed them something, they leave the massage session, and we have the impression that, they've gotten it. However, the next time they come back, we find out that they've either forgotten what we've told them, or they seem confused about it, or they've not made use of what it is we spent time showing them. And you kind of have to ask ourselves, well, what went wrong there? So we address this difficulty in making sure that the client is in a position to, or in a place to, where they can actually get what it is that you're saying to them, and make use of it, take it away with them. Another challenge is that, even though we usually have an hour or more with a client, that's still a limited amount of time to communicate. And it makes sense that we would want to do our client education in the most efficient and effective way possible, so that not only can the client get as much as they can from the massage treatment, but we're doing the best that we can in that educator role as a massage therapist. And the last thing is, finally, just as it is in the world of education, really the most important thing is to get a student invested in their own learning. And if we apply that to massage, client education is a really key way to get your client invested in their own health and well-being. The more that they know, the more that they understand, the more that they understand what you're doing, the more they're going to be invested in taking care of themselves and to seeing massage therapy as an important part of a healthy lifestyle.
Well, I have to agree with all of those things too. I feel like, wow, we're psychic twins or something. I'm so in line with what you're saying. I know that one of my massage therapy clients, who's relatively new, just came to me a couple of weeks ago and said, Felicia, you're different than any other massage therapist I've ever been to. You explain what you're doing, you tell me why you're doing it, and then you show me things I can do at home, and I've just never had an experience like this. And I took that as a nice compliment, but it really surprised me that I was unique in that way, I guess. And I think that what I'm hearing from you is that you're going to help therapists have that same kind of result that I'm getting from my clients, or at least from some of them, and hopefully that they actually get involved in the process and they're not just looking at me as the one that holds the solution, but recognizing that they have some control over what, how they feel or their wellness in general. And that, as you said earlier on, that they're partners with you in their health care and well-being and relaxation wellness needs.
Yeah, the better a partner that the client is, the more successful the outcomes are going to be. And we know that instinctively. However, what is the tool? Education is a really important tool to get there.
That's very clear, and I'm really excited to learn some of these tools for myself. Can you tell me why someone, other than what we've talked about so far, why would someone want to take a workshop that you're presenting, or this one in particular, and who would it appeal to specifically?
Well, anyone who's taken a workshop with Angie and I, they really have had the experience that we like to challenge our audience. We like to ask them the question and more deeply understand what it is that they do. One of the most gratifying things for us to do as we're teaching is to get our workshop participants to those aha moments where the light bulb goes off and people have a sudden understanding, or they have a new way of looking at things that they didn't have before. And those important epiphanies are really helpful in helping people, change what they do, think about what they do in their massage treatment space, how they approach clients, and really makes for those growth moments that we think as educators are what we're trying to arrive at. So I think in a general way, we like to challenge people to grow.
Yeah, I think Chris and I we found a way to take our individual strengths and combine them effectively to reach just about any kind of learner. And despite the fact that we're all in the same profession, we all bring our individuality to our work, and Chris and I certainly are no exception. But our workshops are very learner-centered, and we found real effective ways to allow for those that take the workshops to receive true individual directed instruction. And we don't tell them what to learn. We completely reject that guru model. It's really all about them. So, we'll propose a topic, such as this education skills class, and then we ask them, and engage them. What is it that they want to learn about that, and then support them through that process. And quite a few massage therapists really, especially when they go to these events, they focus on taking the hands-on modalities. And don't get me wrong, they're very, very important, but hands-on skills are only part of the success equation. So as far as the appeal thing, if you're a fan of the Ferris Bueller type teacher, then we're sure to offend you. But if you really do want to fully engage and experience your profession and be challenged and also take responsibility and direct your learning, then we'll be a breath of fresh air. It's certainly not boring, I guess that's what I should say.
Well, anybody can teach a boring class. I think it takes a special instructor or team of instructors to make a class interesting and fun. We've all been in those boring classes that we thought, oh my gosh, why did I sign up for this? Yes. How long till the first break? How long till the second break? When's lunch? When's it over?
I've been there myself.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's interesting because most workshops don't have co-presenters. It's usually one person up there. Are there other advantages? You kind of have alluded to that in the last with the last question. Are there certain advantages to having the two of you, or to having two instructors, or I guess the two of you as individuals in teaching together?
We think having two presenters not only allows for different perspectives. Frankly, there's situations where something will come up and Chris and I will disagree, and the participants really love that when that happens. It's kind of comical. But it also allows to keep the session moving and keep it interesting, and that's when your real solutions can be found, when both the presenters and participants are engaged. It goes back to rejecting that guru model. We're not interested in, infusing our thoughts and our ideas and our methods inside of everyone's heads, because they work for us. We're like fingerprints. Everybody is so unique and so individual, and so, taking the topic and being able to make it specific to the people that are in the room, we think is real important. We both presented alone, but, we've found that, and we really believe that we're giving our best when we work together. So the Chris and Angie show, as it's being called across this country right now, is really quite edutaining. Did you get my joke there?
Yes, I did. I'm not sure I can say the word, but I knew what it meant.
That's why I had to say it so slow.
Just to go a little more deeply into what Angie's talking about here, Angie and I, as a teaching team, we're very different individuals, and that means that we not just bring two different perspectives to the workshop, but we bring two different ways of talking about a specific topic. So what we have found is, with those two different perspectives and those two different approaches, we can appeal to a wider audience. Some people will connect with how Angie goes about saying something or putting something forward, and other people will connect better with how I do it. We have these great moments in the classroom where, one of us will say something and we can tell about half the audience has got it. They've got the point. And then the other one of us will rephrase it in our own way, and the rest of the class will go, oh, okay. So we finally, we get the impression that we finally get to everybody because we're able to present things in two different ways. You're just talking about, we've all experienced that workshop where, we had the experience of sitting there and it's just one voice droning on for hours. At least it seemed that way. And, that doesn't happen in our classes because we have two distinct voices that are playing off of each other, expressing our thoughts and opinions on the topic in different ways. It's actually quite exciting and fun.
It sounds like it. I'm curious to be able to peek in on that and see the Chris and Angie show myself. I hope I have a chance to do that, although, there's so much at the conference going on. Who knows where I'll be when, but I'll certainly try to be there. In particular, for this class at the American Massage Conference, what do you think attendees will be able to do, or how will they benefit from taking this class?
Well, to me, the overall point here is, as it is in the world of education, is that if you're able to reach your audience with what you're trying to communicate, you need to be able to do that in a way that works for them. As massage therapists, we really do have something that's very important to share, and we just need to learn how to put it across in a way that works for the client. The ultimate benefit will be theirs in terms of their understanding and their investment in how they're taking care of themselves and how they're seeing massage therapy as part of that.
Yeah, I also think they'll realize when it's over that by adding client education to their practice, the client's going to be more compliant, and they're going to see better outcomes. And the massage therapist will reap, the benefits of a more lucrative practice by utilizing Marketing 101. Word of mouth is the best and the cheapest way. So the people that are in our workshop will be able to use one or two or maybe quite a few of our suggestions. But even just one can make all the difference. Now, massage therapists are struggling, and any appropriate low or no-cost tool that can be utilized, regardless of their approach, whether they're, very Eastern or very Western or clinical or energy workers, whatever, it doesn't spa work, it doesn't matter. Regardless of that approach or specialty area, one simple tool can make the difference between making a living and surviving in a profession that they love. Sometimes it's just one simple thing. So we really think that at least they're going to get one thing that's going to make a difference in their practice.
Well, I know that you're going to be sharing a lot of great tools in the class. I'm curious if either of you have, if there's something that you would share to people right now that they could take away from them, if there was one tip that you could give now about how to educate their clients more effectively in case they can't make it to your class or they want a little preview of what else is to come in that class.
Okay, well, Chris, do you want me to take this? Or
sure, you go ahead.
Okay, well, one thing that I can think of right off the top of my head is they got to look inside themselves and figure out, what their strengths are. All of us are not, professional speakers or, especially this can be a really daunting thing for people who, aren't already educators to think, how am I going to add this in? So first of all, they need to look at what they already have, and if they have a newsletter, if they have a website, if they have, if they've got a Facebook page or something like that. That is a simple way. If the person who is not really comfortable working this into inside of their treatment sessions or before or after, to really just look at what they have right now and where can they put educational materials. It needs to be different in engagement though. It can't just simply be you have a brochure sitting on the desk as the client's walking out. They really need to specifically look at the client and think about, where their strengths are as far as the therapist is concerned and talk to them something specific. Make it simple, but make it something that's going to make a difference for them, and something that's going to make a difference quickly. I think the faster that people can see a positive effect or a positive outcome from the suggestion is really important.
I would share another one, which is that I think it's really important for us as therapists to be observant and very respectful, not of what a client is saying, but how they are saying it as well. So in order for us to be good educators, we also need to be really good listeners. And we need to be observant of how information is coming to us from the client, and then using that as a way to understand how we can best communicate back to them.
Well, I think you've both shared a couple of great tips there, and your class sounds so intriguing and interesting. I know that people who are listening are going to want to come to Atlanta and take that. Unfortunately, not everybody is going to be able to make it, so we want to make sure that they know how to find out more about you and the other classes that you offer. Can you tell us how they can find out about you?
Sure, and thank you so much for asking. Our website's probably the simplest way. It's www.resourceetc.com. We do have a resource tab on there, and we always try to populate that with real strong and usable resources. They're not, the Resource ETC sales sheet with, oh, by the way, at the bottom there's something. These are downloadable tools that they can use immediately, and they are pretty generic with as far as who they appeal to or who they can benefit. It's massage students or professionals and educators. And we're also doing tools, and we also have some free video training that's available for volunteers, people that volunteer for the benefit of massage with either membership organizations or foundations, things like that. We're both so passionate about the massage therapy profession that we want to make sure that all stakeholders have an opportunity to learn more about a profession and fully engage it. So, we're also more than happy to talk about what we do while we're at the convention if people are able to make it there. This profession, I'm sorry if I start sounding a little choked up here, but this profession has given us both so much. And we try every single day to do whatever we can to give something back to the professionals that make this massage therapy profession. It's the professionals that make it, and they need our help. And whatever we can do to help with that, we do. So the resources are on the site. Of course, our contact information is there as well.
The only thing I'd add, and in keeping with the point we were making earlier about word of mouth being your best marketing tool, I would really, if people are interested in finding out about us, a really helpful thing would be to talk to someone who's taken one of our classes or has worked with us. That would give them great insight into what we're about and how we go about what we do, and kind of the excitement that we bring to what we do in the classroom.
Another great suggestion, and definitely, I'm sure there are plenty of people raving about you both. I know I've heard some of them myself. We want to give people a chance to come and experience your class firsthand. And so I want to give everybody some details about how to get involved and be a part of the first American Massage Conference that's going to be held in Atlanta. As we were talking about before, Scott and his team, Monica, Robin, Angie, and Lorna, have done an amazing job in putting together a conference that will be truly unforgettable. This conference is not just going to be unforgettable, though. It's an amazing value. Only $40. $40 registration fee gets you access to 25 free one-hour CE classes, as well as access to the trade show where there will be top massage product manufacturers and equipment vendors. You will also, for your $40 registration, be entered to win up to thousands of dollars in door prizes. For anyone that's attended the Canadian Massage Conference, you know what I'm talking about. These guys have done a great job of getting wonderful, valuable, interesting, fun prizes together for you. So that $40 isn't just getting you into the show and getting you some free continuing education. It's also giving you a chance to win some good stuff. So you've got to come just for the chance of that. But beyond that, you might also have the chance to walk away from this conference with a new job. Why? Because we have the first ever National Massage Therapy Job Fair that's going to be held on Sunday the 22nd from 1 until 5 p.m. At this job fair, there will be national, state, and local employers. So it's not just people who live in Atlanta that can benefit. It's everyone at the show. Of course, we are still looking for other employers that would like to participate. So if you are an employer that would like to be a part of the job fair, then please visit the job fair tab at our website, www.americanmassageconference.com. In addition to the job fair and the free CE, there will also be over 100 hours of continuing education available from a variety of instructors, including Chris and Angie, through separate 3-hour, full-day, and 2-day workshops that you can register for when you register for the general conference. For students, we also have a free student day and a Smart from the Start presentation where there are still spaces available. Of course, Laura Allen is teaching her free full-day class on passing massage certification exams such as the MBLEX and NCB exams. This class is sponsored by ABMP, and for the first 70 people that come to the class, you'll receive a free book written by Laura on this same topic and generously donated by her publisher, Lippincott. Of course, all attendees are invited to join us for the Saturday night gala with food, drinks, and live entertainment. There is a limited amount of space for this, though, so be sure to get your tickets for the event when you register. And, as I said, this conference is very affordable. That includes the conference hotel, where you really want to stay if you can. Rooms are only $121 a night. Whether you decide to stay alone or share it with up to 3 friends, it's really affordable. And as this is where everything is happening, you definitely want to stay on site if you can. As a reminder, the show guide will make up the center spread of Massage Today's May issue. So be on the lookout for that. It's going out to over 62,000 massage therapists and will be available free at the show. This is the first nationally circulated conference show guide, and it's going to help you find everything you need at the conference. So be on the lookout for it. Pick it up. Bring it with you. It's going to be a great resource. Of course, the American Massage Conference could not happen without the support of all of our global sponsors, including Massage Envy, Massage Warehouse, ABMP, and of course Massage Today. We thank all of them for their support in this year's event. Now, if you would like to register for the American Massage Conference, May 20th through 22nd in Atlanta, Georgia, come and meet Chris and Angie and attend their class or the classes of the other amazing presenters at this year's event. There are now 2 ways to do so. First, you can register and pick your courses by phone for the American Massage Conference. Your call is free, and operators are waiting to talk to you. I'm going to give you that number, and I'll tell you twice so you can write it down and get it right. It's 877-788-3078. That's 877-788-3078. Or if you prefer to register online, just visit the official conference website at www.americanmassageconference.com. We also invite you to stay connected with us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/American Massage Conference. I hope that after today's discussion, everyone listening is ready to come to Atlanta for Chris and Angie's class, Education Skills for the Massage Therapist. Chris and Angie, thank you so much for coming to talk to me today, to share your time and knowledge. I'm really looking forward to meeting you both in Atlanta and hopefully peeking in on your class at the American Massage Conference.
Well, we'd love to have you there, and we'd love to have everyone in Atlanta come see our class. I want to thank you for talking to us today, and also thank you for having us on the program. We're really excited to see everybody in Atlanta and partnering with everyone here at the AMC to continue to advance our profession. So thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. And people that are listening, don't miss out on this. This is a phenomenal event, and you want to be a part of this inaugural event here.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more, and thank you again for being with us today. Everyone, this is Felicia Brown, and on behalf of everybody from the American Massage Conference and Massage Therapy Radio, I want to thank you for tuning into this broadcast of the American Massage Conference pre-conference broadcast series. Please remember to check back for upcoming interviews each week between now and May 20th. We look forward to seeing you in Atlanta in May. Thanks again for tuning in, and have a fabulous day.
Come again.
Let there be plenty. Let there be plenty love.